We've got some fresh images of 3I Atlas, a third ever interstellar object observed from Earth, currently racing through our solar system now. Astronomers have captured that moment live.
A plume of gas is spewing in the incorrect direction. It will make its closest approach to the sun around the end of October. That was the first startling revelation from the Hubble telescope's examination of 3I Atlas, the third interstellar object ever detected. This heavenly body is not merely passing through. It is actively combating the energies of the sun. Its tail powers a mystery propulsion mechanism, an incredible revelation that has sent shockwaves through the astronomical world. You see, a comet should not be able to accomplish this. It contradicts the fundamental concepts of astrophysics, and this engine-like activity is only the beginning of 3I Atlas's potential as something bigger. NASA's impossible comet. On July 1, 2025, a surveyed telescope in Chile detected a small smudge of light moving at tremendous speeds. At almost 130,000 kilometers per hour, it was immediately identified as an interstellar visitor, only the third ever confirmed. It was called 3I Atlas. However, not all things are as they seem. This thing was noticeably different. It took an unusually quick and direct journey through our solar system, shattering records. But the true shock came when the large telescopes, such as Hubble and Gemini South, focused their strong eyes on it. What they witnessed sparked widespread incredulity among scientists. Comets have tails. That is what they do. These tails of dust and gas are meant to flow away from the sun, propelled by the continual force of solar wind and radiation. It's one of the most fundamental rules of the universe. 3I Atlas defies that norm. Every successive scan revealed the same inconceivable sight, a dazzling, steady jet of material pointing directly toward the sun. It was struggling against the very force that should have driven it away. This was neither a flicker or a brief glitch. It was a consistent, enduring feature. Nobody tells you how odd this is. It's like discovering a flag that blows straight into the wind. Scientists hurried to their computers and ran every model they had. Neither of them worked. The dust in this sunward plume appeared far too heavy to be carried around by solar wind in this manner, yet it was obviously being ejected from the sunlit face of the comet's core. It was completely contradictory. Many people are excited about this because it is a mystery unfolding in real time, right in our cosmic backyard. The object's course was another problem. It was tilted precisely 5 degrees away from Earth's own journey around the sun, in such a precise alignment that the odds of it happening by chance are fewer than 1 in 500. As if that wasn't enough, its course was designed to take it near to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, a series of cosmic hellos with a probability of fewer than 1 in 20,000. This creature was not simply passing by, it was taking the scenic route. From the time it was discovered, 3I Atlas screamed that it was something new, something that did not fit into our tidy little boxes of what an interstellar object should be. The initial reports were cautious, using technical language to downplay the weirdness. But behind the scenes, panic was palpable. How could a comet's tail function as an engine? What force might be so strong and controlled as to produce a sunward plume? This was more than just an oddity. It posed a direct challenge to our view of the universe. The comet was a puzzle box, and with each passing day, it revealed new locks with no keys in sight. But the tail was only the first component in an even-odd jigsaw, not your average comet. Scientists refer to non-gravitational acceleration as the movement of an object in space that cannot be explained by gravity alone. It is typically created by jets of gas erupting off a comet's surface when it is heated by the sun, giving it a small, unanticipated nudge. It's the cosmic equivalent of a leaking steam pipe. But the energy that propelled 3I Atlas was not insignificant, and it was certainly not unforeseeable. Astrometric tracking, which uses high-precision measurements to determine an object's position, corroborated this. 3I Atlas did not follow a gravitational path. There was a continuous, persistent force pushing it, and the direction of that push coincided exactly with its absurd sun-pointing tail. This was not a leak. It was propulsion. The force was estimated to be around 4 times 10 to the power of -7 meters per second squared. That may sound insignificant, But over the course of several weeks, this slight, consistent nudge was enough to alter the object's position millions of miles away from where it should be. To get that much force from typical water ice sublimation, the comet would have to lose 10 times the mass that astronomers could see. The statistics simply did not add up. Computer simulations led to a shocking conclusion. The only way to fit the data was if 3I Atlas had a concentrated sunward-firing jet that emitted predominantly heavy grains of dust. The projected thrust was roughly 0.4 millinewtons, which is a little amount of force, yet equivalent to the ion engines used in our most modern spacecraft. Then the James Webb Space Telescope dropped the next bombshell. Scientists can establish the chemical composition of a comet by examining the light from its coma. What they discovered in 3I Atlas was astounding. The majority of comets in our solar system have a roughly equal ratio of carbon dioxide to water. 3I Atlas had an 8-to-1 ratio, with carbon dioxide accounting for the vast majority. The metal, however, was the true showstopper. The telescope discovered a high concentration of atomic nickel vapor in the coma, but its typical mate, iron, was absolutely absent. In our solar system, nickel and iron are cosmic siblings. They nearly invariably appear together, forged in the same celestial furnaces. Finding one without the other is like discovering a solitary footprint in the snow in the middle of the desert. It simply shouldn't be there. This strange chemical signature, paired with its engine-like drive, transformed 3I Atlas from a curiosity into a profound, unsettling conundrum. This pattern of oddities, including an inconceivable movement and strange makeup, had been witnessed before, a familiar strangeness. Before 3I Atlas, there existed one Oumuamua. Oumuamua, the first interstellar object ever discovered, flew past our solar system in 2017 and left a path of unsolved questions that continue to torment astronomers today. It was little, resembling a cigar or a pancake, and moving in ways that gravity could not explain. It exhibited non-gravitational acceleration, similar to Atlas. But here's what made Oumuamua so unsettling. It had no tail, no coma, and no apparent outgassing whatsoever. But something was pushing it. This sparked a flurry of debate and intrigue. The most renowned and disputed theory came from Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, who argued that Oumuamua was a man-made item, a light sail built by an alien culture. He contended that the push might be explained by the pressure of sunlight acting on a very thin, light surface. The mainstream scientific community was extremely skeptical about the theory, preferring natural explanations such as concealed jets of hydrogen gas. However, none of the answers fitted the facts perfectly. Oumuamua was an aberration, a ghost that emerged, perplexed everyone, and then vanished back into the darkness, leaving us with more questions than answers. Now, fast forward to 3I Atlas. It's nearly like Oumuamua's larger, louder cousin. Whereas Oumuamua's push was unseen, Atlas's propulsion is obvious with its brilliant sunward tail. Whereas Oumuamua's composition was a mystery, Atlas provides a chemical signature so odd that it could be alien. The parallels are clear. Many people are fascinated by the connection, wondering if the two things are related, possibly emanating from the same mysterious source. Are these just two examples of a new, weird type of natural thing that we had no idea existed? Or do we see anything else? Nobody warns you that having two such anomalies in a few years is statistically astonishing. It implies that these things may be significantly more numerous in our galaxy than we previously anticipated. 3I Atlas isn't just one mystery, it's a recurring trend. It makes us consider the more outlandish theories about Oumuamua more seriously. It validates the sense that something significant is happening. The cosmos is showing us something that challenges our assumptions, and it has done so twice. The biggest test for this peculiar visitor is right around the bend, the ultimate flyover. On October 30th, 2025, 3I Atlas will approach perihelion, its closest point to the Sun. At this point, it will be immersed in the most intense heat and radiation, and its mystery engine will be put to the test. This is when any object, natural or otherwise, displays its actual nature. But there's a major catch. As it makes this vital pass, the comet will be on the opposite side of the sun from our perspective. It will vanish behind the sun's blazing brilliance in an occurrence known as a solar conjunction. For weeks, all of our telescopes will be blind. We will be unable to see anything. This is the moment when every astronomer holds their breath. The thing is, this period of darkness is ideal for an item to do a maneuver. At perihelion, an object possesses the most kinetic energy. A slight shove, a modest burn from an engine, has a significant impact on its future direction. If 3I Atlas were, say, a probe slowing down to enter an orbit, this is precisely when and where it would do it, fully concealed from our prying eyes. Is this just a cosmic chance, or is the timing disturbingly accurate? So what are we actually looking at here? Let's chat like we're sitting around a campfire, gazing up at the stars. Could all of this happen by chance? A comet with a tail that propels it, carrying a chemical signature from another world, on a path that appears to meet our neighboring planets before disappearing behind the sun at the most critical moment. Are we simply missing an important aspect in our understanding of comets? Or is it possible that for the first time, we are gazing at something that was not born from a star, but was created? We have to wonder. When 3I Atlas reemerges from behind the sun, scientists will closely monitor its every move. They will measure its route down to the inch. If its course is altered in ways that the sun's gravity cannot account for, the conversation will change radically. The astounding NASA admission concerning its propulsion system could be only the beginning of a much bigger, more world-changing narrative. But let us stretch the boundaries even further. What if it's not just a simple probe, but something much more complicated? One notion circulating in science is that this is a Bracewell probe, an autonomous, ancient deep spaceship designed to locate and investigate rising civilizations like our own. It could have been drifting inactive for millions of years. Perhaps its Jupiter flyby or the sun's growing radiation served as the ultimate trigger in a long activation sequence. That meticulously planned trip past Mars and Venus may not have been just a picturesque route. It could have been the probe obtaining last baseline readings of our system before making its big maneuver. Its engine is not for travel, rather it is for fine-tuning the end position, perhaps to settle into a covert orbit in the asteroid belt and observe us indefinitely. Then there's a weirder, more imaginative theory. What if its aim is not to observe, but to create? That strange chemical signature, with its overpowering carbon dioxide and lonely nickel, may not be engine exhaust. What if there's a payload? Some assume that this is a sophisticated terraforming mechanism, or a cosmic seed designed to alter a planet's ecosystem. The engine-like plume is not propulsion. Rather, it is a controlled dispersal device that releases specified exotic materials into the inner solar system. The trip behind the sun provides an excellent opportunity to release the majority of its payload unobserved, allowing the solar wind to take it outward to its targeted destination. And this is where things become truly odd. What if the object is the message? It's impossible. Physics could be deliberate, like a cosmic smoke signal. Any society intelligent enough to observe a comet defying the laws of physics is worthy of discussion. It could be a galactic exam. If we accurately identify it as artificial, it may attempt to communicate once it emerges from behind the sun. It's a puzzle box, and completing it is the first stage of an IQ exam on a global scale. However, there is an even darker prospect, one that some scientists prefer not to discuss. It stems from the dark forest hypothesis, which holds that the universe is silent because it is a dangerous place, and declaring your presence is a death sentence. In this scenario, 3I Atlas is neither a probe nor a seed. It is debris. It's the smoking residue of an unimaginable fight, a fragment of a shattered spacecraft or weapon still leaking strange energy and materials as its broken systems fail. What do you believe 3I Atlas actually is? Are we seeing a new natural phenomenon, or is it a calling card from somewhere else? Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and if you want to stay up to current on this wonderful tale, like this video and subscribe.